What's up, boys? Today I'm gonna do my kovaak video, probably a month later. I'm sorry guys, I've introduced this video a couple months back and I haven't had the time to do it. Now I have, so I'm gonna jump straight into it. First, this is a raw introduction into Aimtrainer. It's not about finding your aim training sense or like it sound, setting, no things like that. So I'm gonna explain for me the 3 ways of playing Aimtrainers, and we're gonna debate on which one is better or which one you don't need to do it. So first, I'm gonna list the 3 ways of playing Aimtrainers. First, there's the warm-up way, I'll say. This is playing a scenario that you really know and you're good on. It's like a quick session, 15-20 minutes, just to get like your arm warm and your blood like pumping and ready to click as in game. I can list an example like TENS. You know how TENS play grid shot on AimLab? This is the warm-up way. You're not improving your raw aim. This is really important to differentiate warming up and training. When you train, you do longer session, you play harder scenario that you struggle on to really improve, I say. It's like when you do workout, you have a warm-up phase when you just do like jumping jack, and then you go into the proper workout when you feel the muscle growth, you know? It's the same thing. The second way, proper training session. Harder scenario, yeah, like focus on your weak point and you play like optimized playlist for a longer period of time. I'll say 45 to 2 hours, 2 hours being the max, 30 to 45 minutes being like the minimum for it to be like a proper training session. And the third way is playing for fun. So easier scenario that just try to score chase. I mean, they can be a harder scenario too, but for you, see, not scenario that like you really struggle with, more like scenario that you find fun and you have a fun time playing them, so you try to score chase them at the maximum. So why these 3 core way of playing the game is important? Because often I see a new player hopping on Aimtrainers and only playing tile frenzy or grid shot and thinking they're improving their aim. And people are like, no, you're not improving your aim. So they're like, okay, give me a good scenario then. And they're gonna be like, they're gonna give them like 3 like random scenario, like, okay, play humanoid strafe, play a bounce 180 invincible, play 1 wall 3 targets, and they'll be like, okay, those are the scenario I need to play to have better aim, and they're gonna just repeat the scenario over and over. Probably a short time, like warm-up time, probably play them for warm-up, and this is not the way, and their aim will not improve it. They're gonna be like, yeah, Aimtrainer are useless, Aimtrainer are that. Here today I'm gonna teach you really the way you need to do it. Like, not one of the 3 are like the way to play the Aimtrainer is more deep, and I'm gonna explain myself. First, if you overdo one of these 3 ways, you can run into burnout, plateaus, potential injuries. I mean, this is really if you push yourself too much. This video is going to explain how to find a good balance between these 3 ways of playing the game. So for me, first I'm going to tell you what I do myself. Don't take this as like the way to do it, because we're all different. But for me, for example, a typical kovaak session is first open the game. I do a quick warm-up on like 1 or 2 scenario max that I really know of, and they're kind of hard, not that much. Make my arm and wrist move a lot just to get it ready for the proper training session. So secondly, I do a proper training session on a like optimized playlist that is focused on my weakness and on the thing that I want to train more. I'm going to do like 1 hour to 1.5 hours of a proper training session with hard focus. Like, when you do a proper training session, you need to know that you need to focus a lot on doing kovaak. You don't want like to autopilot the thing and just get bored. This is why only doing proper training session is bad, because you often get very bored of it and you don't want to do it anymore. So you're just going to go like on autopilot and like, oh, I need to play this scenario. I'm not even going to try to improve and focus on the aiming part. This is my optimal way to do it. So first, quick warm up, 2 proper training session. Then I do like a short break, hop in game, and maybe if I'm like kind of bored of my game, I'll hop on kovaak and play a bit for fun. What happens if you only warm up? If you only warm up, you're gonna do short session, 15 minutes. You're gonna feel good when you first launch your game, but it's like a placebo because your raw aim is not improving actually. You're just getting ready to play your video game. If you only do proper training session, you're gonna often run into burnouts, because sometimes it's a day you just want to play the video game, you don't want to go like 2 hours into kovaak, and you're gonna still do it, not do it properly, and you're gonna pisses you off. You're gonna do low scores. You will not understand why you're not improving. You're gonna run into some plateau. So make sure that you don't overdo proper training session. If you only play for fun, you're gonna still improve. It's still a way that people improve by just playing for this shit. Like I've been doing this myself a lot. It's really hard to me to like really commit to playlist and shit. But what happens if you play for fun? You're gonna improve for sure, but some aspect of your aim is gonna get overshadowed by the other one because you're not gonna train a scenario that you don't like. For example, me myself, I hate popcorn and bounce invincible scenario. What happened? I never do those. What happened? I lack a lot of mouse control because of that. I only play horizontal tracking scenario and target switch scenario. Sure, my horizontal tracking is gonna be on point, but my mouse control is gonna be kind of shit. So this is why proper training session will always, I'll say always, be superior to just playing for fun and messing around with scenarios, okay? You need to be aware of that. So now I'm gonna give you some tips on how to find a good balance, find your best way to play kovaak. It needs to apply some rules. First, I'll say don't warm up for like max 20 minutes. Because if you don't warm up, like if you warm up for more than that, it's gonna be more in the like training session category, but not a proper one, because you're gonna play bad scenario. See what I mean? So warm up 20-minute max. And it'll be the first thing that you do when you start playing, or like maybe like midway through your gaming session if you feel a bit tired. So the proper training session can be whenever you want throughout the day. It has to be like minimum 30 minutes and max 2 hours, because after 2 hours your brain is gonna get like kind of tired of it, your muscles gonna get tired of it, and your improvement rate is gonna get lower. It's important throughout the training session to take quick pause, like 2 to 3 minute pause, like because if you do 2 hours straight, gonna run into some problems, some focus problem and stuff. Like, so you give your brain time to process the information, because when you aim train, you get a lot of information. Your brain see your weaknesses and try to fix them. So give your brain some time. Playing for fun is not for everyone. Some people take kovaak only like for the training side. It's totally fine. Like I said, playing for fun is like a funnier way of a proper training session, but it's less effective, like I said. But you want to do it like only on the side, because if you only do that, you easily focus on only one side of your aim, like I said, and all the other aspects gonna be led away. See what I mean? With all this information, take all these and do your best way of playing kovaak, because we're all human and we're all different. So if you find the warm-up useless, like you can be someone that already has been warm-up because, for example, like you work out before playing video game. So your body is already warm up. So no need to warm up. Just start away with a proper training session. If you're someone that play right in the morning while you like straight you wake up, you're gonna computer. Maybe the long warm up since you're kind of tired. So this is really adapted to yourself, but follow these rules, okay? But always remember the 3 core way of playing the game and try to find a good balance for you and your lifestyle to do it. This was Closey. Aim train well, boys.